Hey guys, it's Joe here. Now this is a new video talking about the squads and the different perk points that you can get through each squad through the different trees, as you can see here. Now I've defaulted onto the first American Assault Squad here, which is the 505th Parachute Infantry Regiment. Very because you get it right at the beginning. You get this one. You also get Big Red One here. 16th Infantry, which is Big Red One, and 47th. And I'm just going to discuss all of these. Now, there is a few things you need to know. Earlier squads, for example, like the Big Red One and the Airborne here, they actually start with some of their upgrades already unlocked, whereas others don't. Whereas if you say this random Airborne one defaults on to nothing. Think is unlocked at the beginning. Now with the squads, there are three types of paths: blue, red, and yellow, goldish. I usually say yellow because it's a better colour, but there's a bit of confusion. Now blue is only for that squad, meaning that anything you see in the blue tree here cannot be applied to another squad. This is important when it comes to stuff like engineers, which have machine gun nests, AT guns, AA guns, or radio operators, which have frequent artillery. It's important to know this because if you throw these onto other squads, then they will not get any of the bonuses that is given to the squads. Only engineers in the engineer squads are given access to these AT guns and stuff like that, and only radio operators are given access to the radio operator perk. So the blue is entirely squads. Red, on the other hand, applies to a certain rank of trooper. Now, this is the first one, the 501st, which is for the Assaulters 2. They have their red trees for Assaulters 2, whereas the red tree for the 505th Airborne is for Assaulter 1s. Same goes with gunners. Same goes with infantry. Same goes with everything, really, virtually everything. Engineers, snipers, you name it. For example, sniper 2's here, sniper 1's here, and yeah. So you need to bear that in mind. Now, there's another thing you need to bear in mind with these. If you see a dotted line like this, these are mutually exclusive options. Noticeable ones are the choice between a different random class, and here a choice between a backpack or a secondary weapon. I'm not going to say which one's the best because that's really up to you. The yellow tree is on weapons, so you can see here you can upgrade these weapons to higher levels if you don't want to waste bronze orders on these random or silver orders on these random weapons, which is very useful. The first order will give you a dismantling bonus, so if you do actually have these, a good surplus of the rifles, or not that one. So, like for example, I've got 15 shotguns here, 5 regular M3 grease guns. If I wanted to 5 stem guns, if I wanted to upgrade the stem, I could disassemble a few of these. One thing I have seen is that the higher value the weapon is, so the more stars it requires, the more upgrade points it requires. For example, with the Jumbo, to get it to max rank, I think I needed like 90, and that was with these modification decreases. The final upgrade reduces the modification cost of these weapons. Another thing you need to note is the XP cost. Now you can see here, that's a huge amount of XP. You can see here 14,000 XP, whereas this one, despite being 8 levels higher, it requires less XP. Now, for example, this squad doesn't actually take too much to level up. In fact, so that's another thing you need to worry about. The higher the level are, the harder they are, the longer it takes to level them up. A good tip to leveling up is blue tree. Honestly, the first thing I always do, it doesn't matter what new squad it is, whether it be flamethrowers, whether it be engineers, whether it be anything like that, you always see me leveling this path up first. You can see here, every squad, even this squad, which I've only got 3 levels on, you can see all I've got is these. That's the one thing I'd recommend you doing for any. It doesn't matter if you have. That's the first advice I'll give for anyone playing through the game for the first time. Level these up because they give you more XP. You get 100% more XP. It'll let you level up these squads quicker. After that, begin tailor making your squad to whatever you want. Now, there are some options which I think are a bit pointless. For instance, radio operators. You can see I actually do not use radio operators on my squads because I believe that these radio operators are actually not worthwhile to use outside of radio operator squads. You can see here all I've got for these are a bomber and an assaulter. For the red path, if you see these backpack slots or if you see these or you see sidearm slots, don't get them until the end, which is why you see here I don't actually have sidearm here. Always get increased XP and the rank 5. Very useful. Ranks up these soldiers, especially at rank 2s, much quicker. For backpack and secondary, I usually go for backpack because I believe secondaries are actually a pretty bad option. Because the only real secondary weapon is the Winchester, and this can only be used by assaulters, and even then, assaulters, it's better to go for backpacks, in my opinion, to go with or even grenades or even ammo pouches, than to go with secondary weapons. Sidearms are just more that the only class I'd actually say you have to grab sidearms early is, you can see here, snipers. I've gone straight for sniper 3, rank 3s. I've already got the sidearms. That's incredibly important, in my opinion. For tanks, it's actually I would of course recommend grabbing this and grabbing these, but then going down the yellow tree. The yellow tree I say is actually the tree you should go down last because it's not really as effective. I'd say always grab the red tree, apart from maybe the pistols. So like I said, the first thing you should always do, blue path, XP upgrade. Then either get the red tree done or just focus on getting the blue tree done for more XP from squad size increases. Then do the gold tree, the gold yellow tree once you do it. The only exception being vehicles, obviously, where I'd recommend doing the blue tree and then do gold tree so you can get the reduced modification costs here, which are very, very, very useful. As 40%, even with this 40% upgrade, the Jumbo's upgrade cost was still 90. It was still in the mid-90s. Just for reference, you get if you actually, I'm just going to show it. Oh no, it's on the weapon. You receive Jumbo spare parts here. You get anywhere from 8 to 16 or something like that. Jumbo parts. So you can see, that really adds up. Upgrading weapons, it's not entirely needed. Obviously, of course, you get good bonuses here. There is something you need to know, that these Springfields and other weapons like the Kar 98Ks and stuff like that, they do not have a single reducing amount required, because for some reason they're not capped to anything. Which anyway, so that's my video on the squads and their upgrades. I might do a whole review on squad for Normandy and see which ones I like, which ones I don't like. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll talk to you guys later.